Hey, lovelies. Welcome to my creative self-care channel. And today I'm going to be doing a creative self-care exercise, which is about tapping into what's going on in nature at this present moment in time, and how can that help us with regard to our self-care, and how can that help us connect back to ourselves. So my creative self-care exercises are really simple. I'll take an idea and we'll do some meditation or visualization on it. We'll do some drawing and then we'll do some reflection. So it's a very simple process. So before we get started, I would advise you to get comfy, get a pen or a piece of paper. Today, I'm going to be using just a simple pencil. Get a piece of paper, which I have here, and get comfy, grab a cup of tea, grab some water. We'll be here for about 15-20 minutes and really settle in and use this as an opportunity. And it may be the only opportunity you have today to slow down. So I'm really going to, through the meditation, bring you back to yourself, bring you back to your breathing, bring you back to this body of yours. And through the creative process, through drawing, we'll be able to create this bridge between our inner and outer worlds. So let's get started. Okay. Firstly, get comfortable, really comfortable. And I want you to sit back or get a blankie or a cushion. And before we start, I just want to say that today's creative self-care exercise is about bluebells. And the reason it's about bluebells, because I literally went for a walk in the forest and they're just out. And I really got thinking about, okay, so bluebells are out this time of year, we're in spring, we're coming into summer. There's this real sense of timing in the air. And I think nature is a great way of showing us that there are particular times and cycles to the year. And part of self-care for me is connecting into that, the natural rhythms that nature provides us, and actually the natural rhythms that you have within your own body and within your own life. And just a little bit about the mythology of it. There's all sorts of Celtic mythology is I suppose my own interest, but there's a lot that talks about bluebells being like the fairy bells, and that the fairies ring them, and you're not supposed to stamp on bluebells, and there's all that sort of stuff. And I wasn't really resonating with any of that. But then I learned about bluebells and their connection to the spoken truth. And that really hit a chord with me. And so part of today is going to be about getting a little bit more honest with yourself. And that could be about your own self-care practices, could be about how you feel at the moment, if there's something upsetting you, what you need to say to clear the air, whatever it is. And let's see what emerges through our drawing process. So sit back, relax, and let's do a short meditation and visualization. So what I'd like you to do is really feel the support of the chair behind you. So notice your bum on the seat, notice your back on the chair, just really rest into it, really feel it. And acknowledge that you're supported. And even with your feet, just place them on the ground if they're not there. And if they are there, press ever so slightly. Just really recognize the earth and that you are supported. And if you'd like to close your eyes, close your eyes. If you don't want to do that, just soften your gaze in front of you. And come back to your breath. I'd just like you, for this moment, to recognize that you're breathing. Just breathing in and breathing out. There's nothing to change. I just want you to notice. So part of self-care is beginning to notice. And partly that's noticing the world around you, but it's also really beginning to notice, where are you today? And breathing is like a doorway into that awareness. And through noticing more, we get to notice where we're at, how we are. Do we need to change something? What's happening for us? It's just noticing that breath, breathing in and breathing out. Noticing this body on the chair, this body in the seat, this body with their feet on the ground. Just paying attention to that feeling of being in the here and now. And just notice your breath. Notice your chest rising and falling. Notice the cool air moving in and out of your nostrils and mouths. Notice the belly expanding and contracting. This may be the first time today you've stopped. Allow yourself the luxury of simply sitting and breathing. And as you sit here, I'd like you to use your creative imagination. And in our imagination lies all sorts of possibilities, all sorts of potentials. And in your imagination, I'd like you to imagine walking through the woods filled with bluebells. As you're walking, you hear your feet making a connection to the floor and the sound of your feet on the ground below. And taking a deep breath, can you smell that fresh spring air? Is there a scent, perhaps, of wild garlic or the green leafy fields of the trees that are beginning to spring into new growth? Is there a taste in your mouth? Are you tasting that green freshness? Look around you, really take in the details of the image in front of you, the trunks of the trees, the path in front of you, the bluebells. Whenever it feels right, just stop, just for a moment, and just really move into the bluebell and look at it up close. Examine its beautiful lilac-y blue color, its bell shape, its long stem. Just noticing all of this. And perhaps think for a moment about your truth. How connected are you to your truth? Are you able to say what needs to be said? Or do you know when to speak and when to hold back? Just play with those ideas and slowly, gently open your eyes or turn your gaze to your piece of paper. And I'd like you to start drawing the bluebells that you've just seen. Now, I'm going to draw some here, but this isn't about copying what I'm doing. This is really about you drawing what you saw or what you felt in that field. or that woodland. And your view and perspective might be completely different to mine. So just to start, I'm going to start with this stalk, and hanging from the stalk are these beautiful bluebells. So the bluebell shape is quite a traditional blue shape. You may want to draw simply one bluebell, or you may want to draw loads of bluebells. This isn't about drawing the perfect picture or drawing the perfect bluebell. What we're doing here is we're connecting to what we've just seen. And that for you may be a feeling. That for you, maybe the trunks of the trees are more important than the bluebells. Whatever it is, just beginning to draw. And as you begin to draw your bluebells, just come back to this breath of yours. This beautiful breath, this rich, delicious breath. And as you draw, really begin to pay attention to that breathing. So you can draw and pay attention to your breath at the same time. And really feel that in-breath and that out-breath. Really notice what part of my body is really breathing at this moment in time. Kind of feel like my bluebells are blowing in the wind a little bit. They're being maybe shaken up by my passing by. Whatever it is, just noticing. How does it feel to just simply pay attention and notice? How does that feel? Are you just drawing one bluebell? Are you just focusing your attention on one particular bluebell? Or are you drawing loads of bluebells? Coming back to your breath, just breathing in, breathing out as you repeat the same movement over and over again. Just noticing, how are you feeling with this drawing? You may notice your breathing begins to slow. You may notice that you're holding your breath because you're trying to get your bluebells so right. So letting go of any desire to make it look like anything in particular. to make it be a particular way. There's no need for any of that. Just playing, just drawing. I've got nothing to do here. Doesn't matter if we draw the bluebells properly. Doesn't matter if we get bored of drawing bluebells and move on to something else. But just paying attention to this body of yours, this breath of yours, engaging with this drawing, this moment in time. And if you've done quite a few bluebells, perhaps beginning to fill them in. How does it feel filling it in? Notice your arm. Is your arm getting tired? Are you getting tired of holding the pen, pencil? How's your shoulder in space? Would you like to move it gently or change position a little bit to be more comfortable? Just forgetting all of those things, that day-to-day world that you find yourself in, with all its stories and problems and concerns. Just realizing for now, there's nothing to do, nothing to achieve. Just sinking into the repetitive action of drawing with a line, of coloring something in. Just every now and then, connecting back to this idea of bluebells and the truth. What truth is emerging as you begin to give your bluebell some form? What aren't you saying that needs to be said? Or what precious thought do you need to keep inside? You're just not ready to share it. And if you feel that your breath is beginning to speed up, just slow down your coloring. Slow down your coloring. Slow down your mark making. Really begin to breathe from the depths of your belly. Expand that stomach. Expand that chest. And really take in some slow, deep breaths. And as we come to the last few minutes of this meditation, drawing, this creative self-care exercise, take a step back for a minute and just reflect a little bit. Look at your bluebells. Suspended in space. How does it feel to look at your bluebells on the floor of the forest or on the floor of the wood or the fields? Just noticing. Take it in. And if you want, just write one word. Might be about your truth. It might be a word to sum up what's changed in the last 15 minutes or so by just taking time out, just enjoying it. So well done. If you'd like, simply spend the next couple of minutes doing some auto writing, where you just begin to write about that experience, maybe what that was like for you. Write down some words you can think about and reflect on as you go back into the busyness of your day. I hope you enjoyed the creative self-care exercise. Thank you. Please like this or share with friends if you feel like this is something beneficial for them. And I look forward to sharing my next meditation drawing with you soon. Take care.